All right, so another rapture dream. This was on August 11th, and I've been thinking about it, and I've been getting Bible verses. Okay, so first thing is I'm in a room, and it's like an interrogation room, and I know in the spirit that I'm in there because I'm Christian, I'm getting persecuted, and the government is doing it. I knew all these things. Next thing the door opens, I go, I'm like, I'm out of here. And it wasn't like a fear thing, it was just like, I'm getting out of here. So I get up, I leave, and as soon as I go out there, me and this I see this guy, me and this guy's eyes lock, and he's in the waiting room. And as soon as he sees me, he gets up and he's trying to leave. But in order to leave, he has to pass by me. He's passed by me, and I touch him on the back of his shoulder, and I said, Lord, pour your Holy Spirit fire upon him, and boom, he falls on the floor. And I knew he was a demon, and he looked a human. So anyway, then I just keep going, and then there's a window in front of me, and I can see outside, and there's just commotion. There's just so many people in this commotion. Next thing you know, I get teleported outside, but it wasn't like it was a part of the dream. It was like I was like, Lord, teleport me out. Like it was like that, and I get teleported out, and I'm outside, and it's just so many people in front of me, and there's a building in front of me, and I knew it was like a concrete slab. I knew it was a like concrete in front of me, and it's just people. That's all I could see, and just a big old, there's a building behind me. So anyway, I look up and I noticed something happened in the sky. I can't remember what was going on, but I knew something was happening in the sky. The next thing I know, I hear kids laughing and giggling. And next thing you know, it's like a wind trail. I don't know how to explain it. It was like a tube or something. It wasn't like a tube, but it was like that, with wind. It was like like that, I guess. You know what it is? It was like in Mimo when they're on the turtle and they're going into that wind thing, but it's underwater. It was like that, but it was in the sky. It was just like that. Perfect. So next thing you know, boom. Oh, and I knew it was the rapture, and I got so excited as soon as I heard the kids laughing and giggling. And then boom, that comes out, and it's going like this. And it's just going all the way up to the sky. There is no full circles. It's like half circles, but it's going up like that. And it's as high as the eyes you can see. And I don't know. I liked the way it looked. It looked it. It's like not. I don't know. I liked it. But anyway, and then boom, just I know a bunch of people are in there. I knew it was a bunch of kids too, and there's a bunch of people getting sucked up, and they're going in the rapture. And then it just stops for a second so I could see, and I see a bunch of people, like I see a bunch of people getting stuck up, and I got to see them for a second, and then it just kept going, and boom. And then the last thing is I'm going on it, and it felt like a roller coaster ride. I'm talking about like you get in a roller coaster, your head like hit, like it goes like that. It was like that. It's going up, but there's no protection, so it's no what is it, seat belts, and no, you can't feel the floor and the ground. And I'm telling you, I love roller coaster rides, and I never get scared. I never get scared. On this one, I was scared, and not only that, I was thinking about like if I fall, I could die, and I'm thinking about this in the dream. So I go, let me go pray, and then I start thinking about it. It's like I'm going up in the rapture, I'm leaving. What are you praying for? Like you're protected. Just have faith in God, and then that was it. And then like the fear left, and I get raptured up, and that was the dream. Okay, so these are all the scriptures I got. Okay, the first one is persecution happens first before the rapture. Now a lot of people don't want to hear that. First of all, pray about it. Second of all, you see this in Matthew 24 and Revelation 6 go hand in hand, and they're both about the end times. And it says nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom, then famine, pestilence, and earthquakes in diverse places. And then you look at Revelation 6, that is the fourth seal. And then the very next thing to happen is persecution. He says the brother shall turn against brother and sister. And that's not just talking about family members. That's also talking about Christians. I mean, everybody's going to be betraying each other. And not only that, you look at what Jesus happened to Jesus. Who betrayed him? One of his own. It was Judas. Somebody who was called a disciple. Somebody who was called a Christian. And not only that, the disciples couldn't tell who he was. Because when he said somebody's going to betray me, they said who? They didn't know. They didn't see it. Okay, and then you see the same thing in Revelation 6. The fifth seal is what? Persecution. And then he talks about how they want justice, and he gives them the white robe, and he says, wait for your other brothers and sisters that are going to die like you did. Like, that's what he says. He says, wait, for the people who are just like you are going to come. something like that. I got whatever. Okay, and then not only that, I was thinking about it too, and these verses came to me was in Daniel and Revelation, it talks about how the beast is gonna have, he's gonna overcome the saints. So if he's overcoming them, that means we must be here. Like, because if the rapture happened, there's not gonna be no saints. Even if there's people who believe in God and they start getting closer to God, they're no, like, no, like, you know, like the saints of God. So that means we're gonna be here. We're gonna suffer for a little bit, and that's what I heard from another guy too. Okay, but anyway, so I got all those scriptures. Boom, tribulation, and we're gonna be here for a little bit. Tribulation. And then on Matthew 24 it talks about, and then after the tribulation, and then he says, Jesus comes. You see the sign, and that's in Revelation 6. You see seal 6 is the same thing, and then he says you're gonna see the sound of the trumpet. He's gathering his elect. Who is he gathering? His Christians. Not only that, then after that you see the one should be left, one should be taken. Boom, another rapture reference. So the trumpet sounds. Boom, he's gathering his elect. Two, he's one should be left, one should be taken. Another rapture reference, and then the third part where he says there's an evil servant and a good servant. The thief is going. Jesus is going to come as a thief when they're not ready. Again, another rapture reference. So I don't know. You guys, pray about it, whatever. And here's the thing: even if you believe we're getting out pre-tribulation, if you don't, are you going to forsake God? If you're hungry because you didn't prepare, are you going to forsake God? That's the things you have to ask yourself. I mean, even if you get left behind, are you going to forsake God? That's the things you have to ask yourself. Okay, and then so that's first. The second thing is the door opens by itself. I immediately thought of the angels opening doors for the Christians in prison during Acts. So I got that from that. I go out, the demon is there. He looks human. This is a hybrid, and then you see it. As the days of Noah, so shall the coming of the Son of Man be. They knew not, and then he comes. Well, if you look up at Noah's days, there were Nephilim. The angels came down there having, sex with the women, and they produced Nephilim, half giants, half humans, half angels, and they produced giants and all these different creatures. Well, they're trying to make them look as human as possible because they don't want to give off. It's basically like the Terminator movie, where what they do, they put skin and try to make the robot look human, so he could trick the people. And that's why in Matthew 24, he talks about there should be false prophets and false Christ. I feel like they're going to try to lead the people astray. Okay. So anyway, so that's why that was that. And then the next part is, boom, I get teleported. And then I think about what happened to the Ethiopian in Acts. As soon as he get baptized, I forgot who it was, but anyway, the guy who baptized him, boom, he gets lifted off, and he gets it was like a teleported. He just gets taken. Now that I also heard that from another person who said this is how we're going to be traveling in the times that are coming, and then I heard from a bunch of people that are going to lock down areas. You're not going to be able to go to this area or this area. You're going to need an identification card. This was Kent Peters said this. And now that I had the dream where I couldn't go to the next area because they locked it down, but I was able to jump real high and get to the next area. So it's like teleport, or he can move you in any way, shape, or form. So that's what I got from there. And then the next one is I heard kids, and then the Bible says who's the greatest in the kingdom. He puts a kid, and I knew the kids were first. So that's what I got from that part. And then the last part was for me was I was one of the last ones going, and I had fear. So I had I got things to work on, and that's my dream. That's the dream. That's the verses. That's that's everything. So God bless you guys. Hope this helps you.